So now let's take a look at how to switch between these new chords. We're going to switch from our E chord to our A, to our D, and back to our A. So there's a couple cool things you want to be paying attention to when you do this switch. So to start with, hold down your E chord. Now, when we switch to the A, I want you to take your second and third fingers off, just barely off. Leave your first finger there, but now you're just going to slide your first finger up to the second fret, because that's where it's going to be for your A chord. And then you're going to set your second finger there and your third finger there to complete your A chord. All right, so let's look at that move again. Going from E to A. So I really don't even lift my first finger all the way off the string, right? I basically just release the pressure on it so it's not holding a note down, and then slide it up. But I keep my first finger touching that. When we do these kinds of things, it's what we call an anchor finger, right? Which is one that either stays in the exact same place or just slides up basically a fret. So in this case, our E chord is here. To move to A, so remember, we also don't want to lift our fingers up too far and do this and then put them on, because it just wastes too much time. So we want to be as efficient as possible, going from here right over to there. Now when we go to our D, check this out, because this is a really cool switch. From this A shape, we're going to take our second finger off, slide our third finger from the second fret to the third fret. So that just slides from there to there. And then I drop my second finger back down on the first string. My first finger never moves, right? So from A, slide it up, D. So there's hardly really any movement at all there, which is what's going to make this chord easy to switch from the A to the D. It's a great, transition there. So I go from my A chord to my D chord. And then when I want to go back to A, I just reverse that. Take this off, slide that down, put that back there. And then to go back to my E, take those off, slide that down there. So watch me do it. I'll do it slowly. E, A, D, A, E. So it's kind of hard to see sometimes, and that's a good thing, because I'm trying to be really efficient and not lift my fingers off. It'd be easy to see if I went, there's my E, okay, there's my A, okay, there's my D, but it really wouldn't be a good way to play through these. So you definitely want to keep your fingers low, minimum movement when you're sliding through. Think about the anchor finger. Which finger is going to stay in the exact same place through the whole thing? All right, so from here, now my anchor finger is my first finger, and back to E. So practice that a few times, just going back and forth between those chords like that, really slowly. Do it as many times as you have to in order to get it down smooth, because in the next practice session, we're basically going to be using these three chords in this order and playing it and trying to keep in time. So we're going to start off with doing some whole notes, but you really have to be able to get that transition there slowly, and then you'll gradually work up your speed.